my hospice family. Hello. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world today. Welcome back to Duns Hospice. My name is Nurse Dawn. Okay, my name is Nurse Dawn, and I shall be a hospice nurse. Today, we are going to talk about, as you see from the thumbnail, we're going to be discussing how to handle difficult families, okay? When it comes to eating, when it comes to feeding our loved ones, all right? How to handle family pressure when our loved one stops eating under hospice care, okay? So come on in. This is my aloe water, y'all. And earlier I had some carrot juice. So this orange part is my carrot juice residue. I know it is what it is. Okay, I love carrot juice. I should add more carrot juice right now. I should have added more carrot juice before I came in here, but we'll see. All right, my hospice family, where are you guys? I am waiting for YouTube to gather us up. It's not that late, it's not that late. So we should be on. I'm just taking a peek at on my laptop, okay, to see if we are indeed live. Okay. And please, my hospice family, as you come in, I'm going to ask you to give me a like, okay, and subscribe, all right? Give me a like and subscribe. Don't be shy, don't be shy. We're all family here, okay? We are going to be discussing end of life care. So let me know. Okay, perfect. I am on. Yay, hello. Come on in, guys. Come on in and say hi. Let me know your name. Let me know where you're from. Hello, Daisy LA12. Is it fair to guess that you do live in LA, Daisy? Thank you for your like. Thank you. My beautiful people, my beautiful hospice caregivers, if you have not done so, please be sure to subscribe. Okay, subscribe and be part of the family. Oh, you don't live in LA. Okay, so where do you live? You're in Massachusetts. Yay! I grew up in Massachusetts, Daisy. I love Massachusetts. Most of my families are there now. Oh, which part of Massachusetts? I grew up in Cambridge. I grew up in Cambridge, Mass. Okay. Like I've lived in Belmont, Cambridge. All right. I love Massachusetts. Somerville. I love it, love it, love it. You live near there. That's cool. Cool. I enjoy that. That's awesome. Yes, Boston is a very cool town to be in. It's very diverse, you know what I mean? Like it's like a big old melting pot. Well, it depends on where you go, but for the most part, people up north, we are well cultured. We are well cultured. Okay. So I am going to be talking about, okay, we are going to be discussing how to handle difficult families, okay? That is the topic for today. Let me know, my caregivers. Let me know, my hospice family. Are you a caregiver who's watching this video right now? Um, do you are you taking care of somebody who's under hospice care? Let me know. Are you taking care of somebody who's under hospice care? Have you heard of, Hospice. Do you know what it is? Okay, hey Joe. Hey Joe, welcome to DunsHospice. I'm so glad you're here with me today, this evening. This channel, Joe, I'm glad you asked. This channel talks about end of life care, okay? It talks about end of life care. My name is Nurse Dawn. Nice to meet you. I am a hospice registered nurse, okay? I'm a hospice registered nurse and I take care of people who's dying, okay? So when the doctors say that the illness you have, there's no cure to it, okay? When you have a terminal illness and the doctors say that there's no cure, the doctors say that, the best thing to do is go home and be comfortable. That's where I come in, okay? People like myself and my colleagues, I am a hospice registered nurse. I've been a hospice nurse for over 10 years. So I handle people with, terminal illnesses like cancer, like when my patients have already undergone chemotherapy, radiation, and still nothing's working. And so when they have exhausted all aggressive treatments and now the doctors say, go home and be comfortable. So what do you do if you were that husband, okay? Like God forbid, but if your wife, I'm not sure if you are married, Joe, okay? So if you are married, okay, and God forbid, your wife come down with cancer and then the doctors say, there is no cure for it. Would you know how to take care of her? Would you know what to do? Do you know how to take care of somebody who's dying, how to make them comfortable? So that's where, you know, myself and my colleagues come in as a hospice registered nurse. Okay, so that's what I do. Okay, guys, so that's what I do, Joe. Yes, yes, it's very important. And you know what? I am so surprised that a lot of people don't know about hospice care. And this is also the reason why I started up my channel. Okay, I started my channel because, as a registered nurse, I wanted to educate the public because every one of us, okay, every one of us will either be a patient or a caregiver. Okay, like we have parents, right? We have elderly parents. Our parents, when they get older, they need a caregiver, so this channel, guys, honestly, it really helps you. It will really help you to know how to handle people, okay, like how to handle, caregivers. I mean, how to handle your family members, okay? I've been a hospice nurse since 2012. Okay, so I've really been doing this for a long, long time. All right. But yes, guys, I want to talk about specifically. So let me know if you have questions about, end of life, death and dying. Okay. Um, Let me know that. Okay. Now, this video especially is to how to handle families who are pressuring you. And I've just posted a video, guys. Please go and watch the video if you haven't done so. And be sure to subscribe and follow me, okay? Please, this is very, very important to me and help me to grow this channel. Now, in terms of dying and food, the body, when we are at end of life, and I've said this before in my previous channels, and I'm going to say it again so that we could understand. When we are at end of life, the body does not tolerate food the way it used to, okay? And food is such a big part of our culture. When somebody comes to our home, what do? We offer them something to eat, okay? When somebody, hey Star, thank you so much, girl, for your compliments. I appreciate that. So yes, my beautiful hospice family, when somebody comes to your house, you offer them to eat. When you go out on a date, where do people mostly go out on dates? To a restaurant, right? um Things like Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is huge. When it's Thanksgiving, what do? We spend the whole day eating, right? So eating is very, very, like, it's something that us as human beings, we love to do. It doesn't matter where you're from. Food and eating is part of our culture. Now, what happens? What happens when the body can no longer tolerate the food? Huh? And then you have people, like, for example, if you have a cousin, or if you have, like, another sibling, okay? If you have an auntie, they come to your house and they see that your dad is dying, and they are yelling at you, and they are pressuring you, saying things like, you need to make them eat. They're starving. You're starving them. Do something now. Okay? So basically, you are being, you know, pressured by your family to feed them. But the hospice team, who've been, who is professionals at end of life care, the hospice nurse told you, don't feed, don't force feed, listen to the body. But then you have your family on one hand pressuring you to feed your loved ones. And then you have the hospice, staff telling you and educating you, okay, rather educating you on all of the reasons why it is not a good idea to force feed at end of life. And so what do you do, huh? What would you do, Joe? Okay, Joe, come right back. So what would you do? Huh? So I am here to let you guys know some of the strategies, some of the things you could tell your families, like some of the ways that you could, teach them so that they know, okay, that it is natural. It is natural when the body is shutting down, okay, for people not to want to eat. All right. And I have my notes here, guys. I'm just looking at my notes to see. And let me know if you have any questions, my beautiful hospice family. Let me know if you have any questions about death, about end of life. Okay. Okay. So here are some phrases, okay? Here are some phrases that I want to give to you. Oh, LB. LB's back. Hi, LB. Good evening. Welcome back. Welcome back. I like your picture. Is that your dog? Is that your dog, LB? I like that. But yeah, so here are some phrases, okay, that you could say to your family members if they are pressuring you, okay, to feed. All right. And please write these down, okay, so that you could have them, okay? The first thing you could say to them is, we are not starving them. Their body is naturally slowing down, okay? LB, give me a like, my friend, okay? Make sure you like this video. Help me to grow this channel. So yes, guys, like I said, one of the things that you could say is, thank you, LB, is we are not starving them. Their body is naturally shutting down. And what do I mean by that? What I mean is that when we are dying, our digestive system slows down. Okay? Your digestive system slows down. Your organs, your tissues, okay? We cannot absorb the nutrients from the food like we used to. And furthermore, a lot of us, okay, a lot of our loved ones, you'll notice that they have difficulty swallowing. So things like pizza, chicken, like they cannot eat things where the consistency is hard, okay? You have to kind of give them easy things to, easy kind of food to, to eat, to swallow. Like things like pudding, yogurt, applesauce, okay? Oatmeal. Those are the kind of foods that they'll be able to eat because the body is changing, okay? So yeah, so the number one thing that you could tell your family member who's being difficult is, we are not starving them. their body is naturally slowing down. Okay? Does that make sense? All right. Number two, the other thing that you could say is you could let them know that food can actually make them uncomfortable right now. And it's true. You are absolutely telling the truth. The food can definitely make them uncomfortable. Okay? The other thing is you could let your family members know that we are focusing on keeping them comfortable and peaceful. Okay? Absolutely. Peaceful and comfortable. All right? That is what we are focusing on. All right? And we could also say they are not suffering from hunger. Okay? They are not suffering from hunger the way we think. Because the thing is that we often feel that when our loved one stops eating, that means they're suffering. But that's not true at all, my hospice family. The body does not need food because food is usually energy. So you see, it doesn't need food to survive anymore. All right? And please, my hospice family, if you want to learn more about this, I just posted, okay? I just posted a long video, like a very informative video. I just posted it today that goes into full details about these reasons. Okay? It absolutely does. Just want to make sure that it's still there, that I put what I needed to put. But yes, my hospice family, talk to me. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts on what I just said regarding end of life care. Okay? And so, don't feel pressured. Okay? Regardless of what your other family members say or do, know that you are in charge. Okay? You as the healthcare proxy, you are in charge. And you need to do what's best for your family. Okay, so LB Watson says something that could pull the family into the fold so that they realize that the patient's body is shutting down is to encourage them to bring some type of food that has meaning to it. Yes, that is good. They could definitely bring food that has meaning, but at the same time, let them know not to feel hurt if the patient decides that they cannot eat the food. But even though the patient might not eat the food, even though your loved ones might not be able to eat the food, your gesture, okay, your effort, that's showing love right there. That's a way of you showing that you love your mom, dad, or whoever that is. But don't be in your feelings. Don't feel sad and depressed if your loved ones cannot eat the food that you made. Okay? Right. You're right, LB. As long as the nurse gives you the green light, and also the patient is able to tolerate it too. Because the thing is that, okay, a lot of times what I've witnessed, when somebody's at end of life, they cannot swallow that well. Okay? And some people will also pocket food, meaning leave the food in their mouth without swallowing it. Just leave it, like in their mouth. So be very careful when you are feeding somebody. And of course, make sure you put their head high, 90 degrees at all times. Okay? Okay. Thank you, LB, for sharing that. That was very good. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you. I'm glad you're back tonight. Joe said, do you remember? Joe, you were just here like 5 minutes ago. Of course I remember you. You were just on the live. Um, so what questions do you guys have for me? You as a, if you're curious regarding end of life care, hospice, let me know my people, because I'm actually about to go. I'm not gonna be here for long. Well, actually, I've already been on here for 20 minutes. Oh my God, wow, that's a long time. Um, but like I said, I just wanted to come out here and talk to you guys, okay, briefly, and be an encouragement to anybody who's currently taking care of somebody under hospice care, letting you know that you are so appreciated. How can you help other people with this? With what, Joe? Can you please be more specific? With what? How can you help other people with what, my friend? Okay. LB, you mentioned, yes, you do not want any food provided to the patient unless you as a nurse can ensure you won't be. Yes. When in doubt, LB, always ask the hospice nurse, okay? And that's also why, like, that's also a great reason why I encourage any caregivers to sign up. Sign up, you know, with your local hospice agency, because you don't have to do this alone. There's a whole team of people waiting to support you, waiting to help. Good evening, Jerome. Thank you for being here. Okay. So, yes, you are definitely right, guys. These are some good remarks. Absolutely some good remarks. Okay. Jerome, are you in the nursing field? Are you an RN or CNA? I'm not exactly sure what you wrote. Okay, guys. So yes, my fellow hospice family, that's what I wanted to come out here and share, because when you are the primary caregiver, if you ever find yourself in that role, if you ever find yourself in the role of being the primary caregiver, just get ready to be pressured, okay? Because like I've mentioned to you before, I think in previous videos, my father, okay, my own father right now, he's under hospice care, okay? He's under hospice care. And trust me, I know what it feels like to be pressured by, other family members telling you, oh, you should do this, you should do that, you should do that, okay? When you know medically what is correct. Because at end of life, emotions, you need to be able to control your emotions and actually focus on making your loved ones comfortable. Okay? Just think about it. And also, most often, I have another video about like advanced directives. So say for example, you, okay, LB, for example, you say you've told your daughter that you don't want CPR, okay, at end of life. Like if your heart were to stop, you don't want people to be pounding on your chest. You just want to go peacefully. All right. And then you are old now, and now your daughter is making decisions for you. And your daughter is saying, okay, mom don't want CPR. But then, you know, like your sister is telling your daughter, yes, do CPR, just do CPR. But then your daughter's like, I already had a conversation with mom a few years back, and she even signed the papers. That's not what she wants. Okay, that's not how she wanted her final days to be like, to look like. And then you're gonna have a lot of family members yapping in your ears, so you have to be strong. You definitely have to be strong, focus, and lean on your hospice team. Okay. If you guys have any questions about, like, end of life, things like that, I am a life coach, I'm a nurse coach. Okay, you could always have one-to-one sessions with me. Thank you, LB. Thank you for saying that. Yeah. He's comfortable though, but of course it's very emotional, because I'm the only daughter with five brothers. Can you believe that? And I'm also the one who's in the medical field. A little FYI. Oh, Jerome, your wife is a nurse? Good for her. What's her specialty? I love when my beautiful hospice family come out and talk to me. Like that really warms my heart. And guys, if you haven't done so, please subscribe. Subscribe and be part of the family. And also hit the notification bell like LB did so that you know next time I am live. Okay, so you could come on in and keep me company. Okay, guys, because I plan on going live very often. Okay, I'm gonna try to go live like at least once a day. All right, definitely. I'm trying to be more. Oh, she's in LVN. Okay, LPN. Nice, 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 nice. I'm happy for her. Tell her about hospice care if she wants to try hospice. We love having our hospice nurses with us. Okay, guys, well, if you don't have any questions for me, I'm going to end this live, okay? I'm going to end this live. I'm not sure what everybody's doing tomorrow morning, but I have to be up early. But thank you so much for being here with me. As always, I love each and every one of you with the love of Jesus Christ, okay? I'll see you in the next live. Take care of yourself and each other. All right? Bye-bye.